Let's talk money, honey, just for a minute, shall we? I want to talk about whether you are aware, A, of how much you spend shopping every month. And I'm not talking about grocery shopping and necessary goods. I'm talking about shopping as in clothing, fashion, accessories, and all those related goods, all right? And I want to know if you are even aware of how directly what you wear, your personal style, impacts your pocket. And we're not going to go into a deep conversation here at all. We're going to do a very light conversation that I'm going to open up and invite you to a live webinar on the 31st of May, because that is where we're going to be talking about money, honey. 45 minutes. How does what you wear impact what you earn? Why is that? What does the science say? And why should I make any effort? Shouldn't you be able to say, well, I know the value that I have. This is me, take it or leave it. Like, I know what's inside of me, right? Well, if you're one of those people who says, this is me, I don't have to dress up for anybody out there, I know the value that I've got, take it or leave it. Honey, I'm here to tell you that they're leaving it. Maybe that's why you're feeling frumpy and frustrated and overlooked, and like people and opportunities are passing you by, because what you wear impacts everything. Your mood, your marriage, your mojo, your mindset, your money, everything. The science abounds. 2012 was probably the most popular science on enclothed cognition, when Adam and Galinsky released their research on how color impacts us, how style impacts us, and not just why it impacts the decisions that we make. So the actual cognitive process that we go through throughout the day in terms of what we do and what we don't do and who we do it with and our decisions. So it's not just about what others see in us and perceive in us through how we look. It's what we see in ourselves. When you look in the mirror, you have an instant impact of the kind of day that you're going to have. And so as women, it's so powerful and so important that we learn to dress, to feel a certain way. Because if you dress according to how you feel, Lord have mercy. I don't know about you, but, menopause, that storm in a teacup alone requires about 12 different wardrobe changes in the morning, never mind the rest of the day. And there's a way to deal with that as well, by the way. So there's always a better way. There's always a silver lining. There's always a better day ahead as well. So let's talk a little bit about the money that you're spending per month. You don't even know it. Listen, there are companies out there, Forbes, Statistics.com, all of them have been tracking you and observing you and studying you for years and years and years. You know this, right? You're spending, the average American woman, and this includes British women as well, you're spending between $250 and $300 a month on your clothing and your accessories and your related goods. Yes, immediately, most women will go, nope, that's not me. No way. I'm like, listen, let me tell you why you're wrong. Number one, you don't even have a budget for your clothing. Your clothing, your accessories, your makeup, your hair products, your skin. You don't even have a budget for that per month. So if you don't have a budget for it, you can't track it. If you can't track it, you don't know what you're spending. And when you don't know the amount, it's always more than you think that it is. Always. $250 to $300 is a conservative amount in terms of just getting an average. But let's just say it's $300, okay? Because some of you are spending far more than that, and you don't even know where your money's going. And worse off, you've got a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. Some of your items still have the price tag on them. You know this. And even those that don't, even if you've got a small space or a small budget, there's things in your cupboard that you haven't worn for years and years and years. You could shop your closet and have a whole new wardrobe. Never mind go out shopping. Okay, so it's really important that you understand the companies out there that are tracking you know what they're doing. They know what gets your attention. And you also have to, so let's go here first. You're making the mistake of spending too much money and too much time shopping because you're doing the what. What's in fashion? What do the magazines say? What's the it bag? What should I be getting this month? What kind of jeans should I be wearing next season? What about the how? How do I get those jeans for my body shape? How do I mix and match it with other pieces once I buy that? How do I bring this into my lifestyle, my personality, my business environment? There's no how out there. This is why you're getting sucked dry on your time and your money, and it's not okay with me. I want women to get up, dress up, according to a simple but powerful recipe, and have them walking out the door knowing that they nailed it, looking good, feeling good, going off to a powerful, positive, productive, profitable day. Okay, so you're spending, fact, Statistic.com, Fords, you go and do the research. Let's say about $300 a month, okay? $300 a month, and you don't know what your personal style is, your closet is not organized by item or by color, you are not sure that you are expressing through your personal style the personality and the kind of woman that you are, you don't feel like you can walk into any room at any time on any given continent and turn heads and be admired as a woman of substance, a woman of strength, a woman of style, right? You are confident in your workplace because why? You've invested time, money, and effort in your work skills, your business skills. So you're probably like an 8 or a 9, maybe even a 10 out of 10 in your work environment. Outside of that, when it comes to your personal style and your confidence, you might be a 5 or a 6, maybe a 7 on a good day. You want to stabilize that. And I'm going to be talking about that in the webinar on the 31st. So $300 a month. That is a lot of money for you still to be saying, I don't know what to wear. Okay, we have to fix that. When I was 17 and I had no job, no money, no home, no car, no education, no clue, I knew one thing. I knew how to dress. And man, let me tell you something, what I wore got me in the door. And all of these years later, and I'm almost 53 actually in a few days, all of these years later, it's still serving me well to get up, dress up. It has got me invitations and opportunities and promotions and invitations to job and career opportunities that I had no business being at the table for. I was often the youngest, often the only female, often the least experienced with the least amount of skills. And eventually when I was like in my mid-20s, I started asking questions of the people who were recruiting me and giving me these big opportunities. And I said to them, listen, I've got the least here to bring to the table. Of course, it's not just what you wear, of course, okay? I was at work early and I was the last to leave, and I was determined, I was committed, I was ambitious, I want to make a difference, I want to create value. But I mean, I don't have much to bring to the table. So there's that. But they said often, Linda, what you don't know we can teach you. But you look like the brand that we want to represent. You are an ambassador for the brand, and we can't teach everybody to dress the way that you do every day. So we want to take you and we want to promote and elevate and mold you in a way that you're going to have the skills and the confidence that you need for this position that you're not yet at. But you look the part. So we want to help you to get there. I mean, that feedback was absolute gold, okay? Absolute gold. You look the part. And it was when I was, 9 years old, when Miss McBean, who was my substitute teacher at Kalenzo Primary School in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, just filled me with a passion for fashion through what she used to wear. Just beautiful, colorful clothing. The only person who brought light and life into my life at that time was a teacher who wore fun stuff, cute, colorful t-shirts and beautiful little summer skirts with pink t-shirts and cute little tennis shoes and red lipstick. And I was like, who is this and where did she come from? What planet is she from? I want to go to that planet. And so I did. And I have a passion for fashion that has stood me in good stead for my whole life. So if you learn to get up, dress up, and position yourself for that which you want to attract, the people, the opportunities, the life you want to live. You've got to dress today for the life you want tomorrow. Let me tell you something right now. Your income is about to expand, because when you expand your confidence and your influence through the power of personal style, your income follows. Other things follow. Other things start coming your way. Why? Because we live in a beautiful, powerful, dynamic, visual world, and everybody is drawn to a beautiful visual message. That's you. This beautiful visual message, this excellence in motion, is what people are drawn to. You respect it as well. It's why you love the Super Bowl. It's why you watch the Olympics. It's excellence in motion. And when you just give time and attention to your hair and your makeup, what you're wearing, your accessories, and you're well put together, instantly, you are respected by the world, because everybody is born with the spirit of excellence. Everybody recognizes in somebody else that's the spirit of excellence, and there's instant respect. Sometimes there's a little bit of resistance because not everybody's happy when you're looking so good, and that's okay. That's another conversation for another time. I also have in my program scripts for quips of what you say when they say to you, wow, where are you going? Or hey, this is not a fashion show, or oh my gosh, aren't you a little bit overdressed for church this morning? And I've got one-liners, honey, that will just turn that all around and not just put a stop to those quips, but actually help you to use fashion as a bridge and as a connector to break down those barriers and influence others around you to also, damn it, get up and arise and shine, because that's what it's about. Okay, so Money, honey. If you are between the age of 45 and 60, you are spending or are about to spend more on shopping than at any other stage and age of your life. Again, Forbes, Statista.com, BBC, Oxfam, all of those stats are out there. 45 to 60, we spend the most money on shopping. Think about it. That's when we're kind of like getting into like pre-menopause and things are changing and we want to feel good. And here's my point. You shop so much, whether it's $50 or $300 or 3,000 or 30,000, doesn't matter, because you have a natural desire inside of you to look and feel beautiful. So, and don't deny it. You have a spirit of beauty in you that needs feeding. She's an animal inside of you, just saying, excuse me, tap, tap, tap. Can I have some goods today? Can I have something to eat? Because I'm your spirit of beauty. I want to shine. I want to help you look good and feel good and go do good in the world. So that's why you shop. Stop and think about it. Why would you bother otherwise? You wouldn't. You'd be quite happy being comfortable in your tacky-tracky and looking like the Rocky Horror Picture Show every day. The fact is you're not comfortable in that. You've just told yourself, I'm comfortable. I'd rather be comfortable than fashionable. You don't have to choose one or the other. They are not mutually exclusive. They go hand in hand. I'm comfortable every day. Maybe 2 or 3 days out of the year, I might wear something that I'm like, oh, this is a little bit uncomfortable. I'm very aware of it. But every other day, 361 days of the year, 362, I'm comfortable and I'm practical and I'm fashionable and I'm happy with what I'm wearing. It makes me feel good. So you have to understand that your desire to shop and look good is actually a God-given desire. Don't fight your design. Don't fight your desire to want to arise and shine. So here's the deal. Okay, on the 31st of May, there's a webinar. It's going to be 45 minutes long, not more than that. I'll take some live questions at the end, and I want to answer your questions about how can I change how I dress, what I wear, to increase my confidence, my influence, and my income. What does that look like? Why, if there are 2 women who are going for a job interview or applying for the same promotion and they've got the same skills and the same expertise and bringing the same value to the table, why will they go for the one who's better dressed? What is the science behind that? And how can you take your closet from where it is right now, whether you've got this pristine closet and everything is itemized and colorized and organized, and you are like, I've got a girl, there's always more. There's always more. Don't be a big fish in a small pond, okay? You might need to just make the big leap and move on up to the bigger pond. So you always want to surround yourself with people who are faster, better, stronger, further ahead than you, because that's how you get stronger, faster, better. If you're the big fish in the small pond, oh my gosh, well, that's a bit sad. And it gets lonely, and it gets boring, and it gets repetitive, and that's not what you're designed for, playing small. So, 31 May, money, honey, how to expand your confidence, your influence, and your income, how to have fun with fashion, how to create a get-up, dress-up routine that is simple, powerful, and will have you prepared for a productive, positive, profitable day. Okay, it's something that we really, really need to learn. And at the same time, we can have fun with fashion. All right? That's what it's all about. You know how many people you take care of in a day. You know how many things you do in a day. Where do you fit in the day? Fashion is not fickle. And looking good is not a pursuit in vanity. It's actually a God-given gift to women who are designed to arise and shine. I'm on a mission to help women to get up, dress up, and be the bold light on a hill that we are called to be. The marketplace most especially needs women of faith to play to win, who are competitive, who are ambitious, who will dominate the marketplace, get up and speak up for what is true and what is right and what is good and what is noble and praiseworthy, and make money. Money is not evil. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil. Money is not evil. You can make a lot of money as a Christian and you'll be okay. You can also be sexy, by the way, as a Christian, and you'll be okay. Christians, yep, are allowed to be sexy. It is permissible. Well, everything is about your motivation, okay? You got to embrace your femininity. You've got to embrace your womanhood. This world needs women to be women. What does that look like to you? What does that feel like? How would you dress if you just stepped into the fullness of your spirit of beauty, of your womanhood? That's what we do here at Linda Page. So 31 May, look out for the details. Make sure that you are subscribed on our YouTube channel, Linda Page Fashion. Make sure that you are on our mailing list. That's where we're going to get all the details out. Make sure that you are with us on socials, on Facebook and Instagram. Linda Page Fashion on Instagram. And let's connect. Let's talk about who you are, where you are, and where you want to go. Because Ferrari in your closet is fashion. The Ferrari in your closet will take you places. The Ferrari in your closet is what will help you to get up, dress up, and get out there and slay your day. So I'll see you on the 31st of May.